The red light's flashing. Alright. Thursday's over. Sunday. Let's see. Well, it's 35 degrees today. But we're supposed to have snow tonight. Not very much. Half, 3/4 of an inch. Well, I was reading in the news today. This morning I read the false report about Joe Paterno dying. That was put out by the college students press, and then they retracted it. And I don't know, right around my lunchtime, which was, I went to lunch at 7:30 this morning. Yeah, I was reading my phone, and Joe Paterno had died by then, and the family had actually issued a statement, so it's true. And I wanted to address a little bit of that. I felt sorry for him. I still feel sorry for him. And then when I read the comments underneath the article, people are still banging the drum on he was a child abuse enabler. And I'm just like, the friggin' guy is dead, man. The guy's dead. Leave him alone. Leave his family alone. Why you gotta write some silly ass shit like that? I understand everybody's feelings about it. The hate, the ugliness, all that stuff. I understand all that. But I'm also pretty confident that he didn't do that shit. He didn't allow it. He handled it the way he thought the university would want to handle it. Feels like the spring on my kickstand is loose or something. So whatever, it cost him his job, it cost him his reputation, it cost him his university, and that was the stuff that he cared about most. They took all that away from him, and he gets cancer, and he dies. I'm sure the stress of all that didn't help him fight it. But the fact remains, he's dead. Get off him. You got your pound of flesh out of him. He's dead. And like I said, I'm not a Penn State fan. I respect the man. I respected the man for what he did as a college coach. He's got 409 wins. I don't know if anybody will ever beat that. Because most coaches, I mean at one university, because most coaches don't stay anymore. There is no more loyalty. The loyalty thing is gone. You don't produce, you're going to get fired. They're going to bring somebody else in. Nobody's going to stick by a coach. And I'm telling you right now, I'm a Nebraska fan. Look what they did to Frankie Solich. He went 9-3, and they fired him. The athletic director at the time, Steve Peterson. Now he's at Pittsburgh. And he got to Pittsburgh, and he fired Wannestat. Hell, I don't blame these coaches anymore. Moving on. I mean, if your university's not going to stand by you when you go 9-3, it's like 9-3, and you fire him. So you bring in this Bill Callahan, and I don't think he ever had a 9-3 record. So they fire him, and they go back and they get this Bo Pelini, who's a young guy, hothead. And I read the press on all that shit. Oh, he's making Nebraska look bad. He's making Nebraska look bad because he loses his temper. He doesn't act like a good coach because he pokes his finger in a football player's chest or grabs him by the face mask. Really? Really? You're gonna cry foul on that shit? A football player has pads on. Football player has a helmet on. And the coach is trying to get the kid's attention, trying to get him to focus. So you poke him in the chest with your finger. You grab him by the face mask and shake it a little bit. He's not trying to wrestle him to the ground by his face mask. He's just grabbing a hold of it and shaking him a little bit. Get your attention. When we started out in the Navy, we had steel pots for helmets. And I can't tell you the number of times one of my seniors would crack on the helmet with whatever he had available. A Zippo lighter. Put a steel pot on and smack it with a Zippo lighter. It doesn't hurt. No, doesn't hurt at all. But it gets your attention real quick because it's so friggin' loud. Some of you ex-Navy guys that are my age, you'll remember that kind of stuff. Talking on your goddamn cell phone.